Hello, welcome back to my channel. It has been a while. It's been like 2-3 weeks now, I think, since I posted the video. I just wanted to do like a catch-up video, kind of let you know where I've been, what's been going on. Nothing too exciting. But yeah, we had Thanksgiving, had a normal Thanksgiving, and then after that is when things took a turn. So I will talk about that. I'm just recording at nighttime because I feel like this is the only time where I have some time to record anything without being interrupted. So yeah, I took a shower, my hair's in a towel, I'm in my pajamas, and I'm down in the basement with this lovely background. You guys know what this is back here? It's one of those big old Sony wooden TVs. I don't even think it works anymore. I don't think it can get any channels or anything. We still have the box. This is how my dad was. He kept boxes for everything, kept everything covered. So that's gonna be my background for this video. I actually am going to throw some clips over this so you actually don't have to look at this the whole time and as I'm talking. I recorded some clips of just some stuff I was doing, random days, and there's some cleaning. I cleaned the bathroom one day, so I will throw all that on top of myself talking so you guys can look at something. But yeah, let's do a little catch up. So like I said, we had Thanksgiving, and then there was Friday, that was Black Friday, that was fine. Saturday, Noah caught a cold. He was the first one to catch this virus. And he started with a sore throat on Saturday, and then Sunday he was still sick and he had like a fever off and on Sunday, and then that night, Sunday night, he woke up like a couple times saying that he felt like he couldn't breathe good and he couldn't breathe well. Let's use proper English. He couldn't breathe well. He tells us now when he feels like he can't breathe right, and he'll ask for the nebulizer. So we did that. I think the first time he woke up was like 2 in the morning around, I think, and then we did it again like 2.5 hours later, and then again about 2.5 hours later. And Greg was saying, you know, like he shouldn't, like we're not really supposed to use that that often. Like it's supposed to be like at least every 4 hours. You should get at least 4 hours from it, and he wasn't getting that. So that's the first thing that kind of was like, okay, that's not good. So that morning, was Monday morning, I called his doctor and I told her, you know, that we had been needing to use the nebulizer like every 2.5 hours. And so she had him come in. So we went in and like 11:30 was his appointment. And they did like, I think 2 or 3 more nebulizer treatments in the office, and he still wasn't getting any better. They did his pulse ox, like, I don't know, pulse ox, I don't know. They put the little thingy on your finger and they measure how much oxygen is in your blood, and he was at like 90. So the nurse who did it, she was like, I'll go tell the doctor. And she seemed like concerned, like she was, you know, gonna go tell the doctor right away that he was at 90. So the doctor came in and decided that he should go to the hospital, which has happened before. He's been in the hospital one other time for pneumonia, so we kind of figured that he was gonna need to go to the hospital. You know, it was like, we knew it was a possibility. So we weren't really like surprised by that. We were like, all right, so probably just has pneumonia, we'll go. I don't know. I didn't think it was going to turn into what it turned into. But so he went to the close hospital to us, which isn't, I don't know. It's okay for some things, but for breathing stuff, they always end up sending him to a different hospital. So that's what happened. He went to this hospital and they felt like it was too much for them, like beyond what they could handle. So they had him transported to a different hospital with a pediatric intensive care unit. That's where he ended up, in the PICU for 9 nights. Yeah, 9 nights. His last hospital trip was, I think, 2 or 3 nights, and this one was 9, so it was quite a bit longer, and definitely more serious. He ended up having pneumonia. The virus that caused this all was enterovirus, which is just like a cold pretty much, but because he has asthma, which we found out now, we finally got a diagnosis of asthma. Because of that, he just got really sick. Like, he was very, very sick. He was actually intubated on a breathing tube for Monday night, very late Monday night, pretty much like technically Tuesday morning he got there. Yeah, he got there. And then the next day, Wednesday, he was intubated. They had him on like high flow oxygen, which wasn't getting the numbers where they needed to be. And then he had like a full face mask at one point, which also wasn't helping enough. So that's why they decided to intubate. So he had that done. That was very, very scary, especially seeing him for the first time after that. They had him on his belly. I think it's called prone or pros or prime or something like that, on your belly position. Instead of laying on your back, you lay on your belly. He had a paralytic, so he was not able to move or open his eyes. He had a the breathing tube, obviously. He had a feeding tube at one point because he wasn't able to eat, because obviously he was sedated most of the time. But anyway, yeah, he had the breathing tube, and thank God he got better. It was very scary. There was two points where we were thinking the worst was a possibility. One of the nurses like scared us so badly with just how she was describing his situation and the words she was using and stuff. We were very scared. But yeah, thank God he got better. Being in that position was helping him. He was able to, get his lungs were able to absorb the oxygen in that position, and he was only intubated for Saturday. He got it out, like middle of the day Saturday. They took the tube out, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, for like 3.5 days, I guess. And they thought initially that he would be intubated for 5 to 6 days. So he did get better faster than they thought he would, which we were very, very thankful for. But yeah, and then there was, I think the day after he was intubated, they check their eyes, like they come and open up your eyelid and shine a flashlight in your eye and make sure that like your pupils are reacting. And there was one point where his pupils were different sizes and one of them was not reacting the way they wanted it to. So Greg was like texting me as this was happening, and he's like telling me everything like minute by minute what's going on. He's like, one of his pupils is not reacting, and this was at like 5 a.m. So I'm like, I just woke up, I'm laying in bed. I got so scared when that happened because, everything that I know about your pupils is that like if your pupils are not reacting, your brain is not reacting. So I was thinking the worst again. I was so scared. I just got ready really quick, left the house at like 6 a.m. I wasn't planning on going to the hospital that day until like later on. I was going to do breakfast with the kids and maybe even give them lunch and then go. But I was like, no, I cannot just sit here and wait. Like, I need to get to the hospital. So got there. Before I even left the house though, Greg had said like, he said his pupil wasn't reacting, and then he's like, oh wait, well now it is, or something. But it was just like really scary to hear anything going on that was weird with his pupils. I again was thinking that something terribly awful happened. But again, thank God it did not. His pupils were fine after that. I think it was one of the medications that he was on called ketamine that was just causing kind of like a wonky reaction. They did take him for a CAT scan also to make sure that nothing was weird in his brain, like nothing had gone wrong, and nothing did. He had nothing show up on the CAT scan. How long have I been talking for? 9 minutes. I don't know how long this video is going to be with my cleaning clips and everything that I have. I don't know how much footage I have, but yeah, it was a very, very scary ordeal that we went through with him. And we are just so thankful to have him home, and that we brought him home, and we're gonna have Christmas all together, and it just really puts into perspective, what's really important. And, being healthy is important. Having all your family together is important. But yeah, that was Noah's latest hospital trip. I'm laughing, but it's not funny. It was not funny at all. It was not funny that we didn't even have an asthma diagnosis until this happened. And I think I know I had said like maybe last month or something in one of my videos, I was like, Noah is always the one who gets the sickest. He always has had like breathing issues whenever he gets sick, like he needs a nebulizer. Like none of the other kids are like that. And we should have known that, you know, we should have known that something this bad could happen. And I don't know why I didn't realize that. Even Greg has asthma, and like when he gets a cold, he gets pretty sick. Like he gets like really bad coughs and it just like hits him harder. So I don't know. But all the times he's been to the doctor, I even took him to the doctor in November, like the beginning of November, because he was wheezing for like no apparent reason. Like he hadn't had a cold, and the doctor still insisted that she thought he had a little cold, and that's why he was like that. But even at the same time, like, why would he be wheezing from a cold? You know, like, it just makes sense that it's probably asthma, but even then, asthma was not mentioned. So anyway, he is going to a pulmonologist now. I just called the other day and tried to make an appointment, and for some reason they transferred me to some other person, and then she made me leave a message, and I have to call back. I have to call back and try again to make an appointment. But yeah, he'll be going to a pulmonologist. He has inhalers now, and we're hoping that, you know, the pulmonologist will give us tips on what we can do to help him not get that sick again. His pediatrician did say that, like, from now on, at the first sign of a cold, he's supposed to start using the albuterol inhaler 4 times a day at the first sign of a cold. So we will definitely do that. But yeah, that's where I have been. We got home. I've been like trying to catch up on cleaning and laundry and all of that. Just kind of hanging out and taking it easy these last couple weeks before Christmas and all that. But yeah, we're very thankful that things went the way they went. We feel very blessed. I had been posting about this on Instagram and asking for prayers and everything. So all of you guys who did hear about what was going on and were able to pray for us, thank you so much. I really think that, you know, God heard our prayers. I feel weird saying that because, like, doesn't God hear all prayers? It's just that sometimes God answers prayers in a way that you weren't expecting, or, you know, according to His will and not your will. And I'm just so thankful that God answered our prayers according to, you know, what we were hoping for. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much else to say right now. I just wanted to update you guys on what's been going on and why I haven't posted a video in so long. This might have been the longest I've gone without posting a video. I don't know. But I think I'm going to end this here. If I have any more of my cleaning clips or whatever clips I took, I will just let them play and throw some music over it, so you guys can watch that. But yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.